Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and today we really have the pleasure to host the Paraunity Expo here at Woodbridge Middle School for what's going to prove to be hundreds and hundreds of people from all around the area coming to learn about the paranormal. With me is John Ruggiero from New Jersey Paranormal, and if you've watched TV, on TV 35, you've seen several times when we've had ghost hunting videos and just different shows about the paranormal. And John, first of all, welcome to the great township of Woodbridge.
Thank you for having me.
We're thrilled to have you here. And first of all, let's start right away. Tell me about the Paraunity Expo, what it's all about. You can.
The Paraunity Expo is about the paranormal community coming together for charity, for neurofibromatosis. We have mediums, we have paranormal groups from all across New Jersey, we have paranormal celebrities, we have authors, we have people speaking. There's vendors, various vendors selling all different mystical, ghost hunting equipment. We have a little bit of everything for the paranormal fan.
Tell us about the celebrities. Who are they and what are they known for?
The celebrities are, first we have Bruce Tango, who's known for Ghost Hunters. He's on Ghost Hunters. Joe Chin is also from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International. Brian Cano is from Haunted Collector on Sci-Fi. We also have the Ghost Detectives. They're in Pennsylvania. They're on TV in Pennsylvania, as well as Paranormal After Party are also on Channel 11 in Pennsylvania.
And tell me about your organization, New Jersey Paranormal.
New Jersey Paranormal, we're a New Jersey-based group. My brother and I founded the group. We've been together a long time. We take care of pretty much the entire state. Any paranormal assistance people need, any ghosts that they are dealing with, we'll help them.
And we've had, I think, 4 tours in Woodbridge. We've done the Paraunity Center, the
Yes.
Board of Ed building, this building, the middle school,
Yes.
and what else?
We've been in a few residents.
Oh, right, the corner of High Street and Barron.
Right, we've been in the middle school several times. We've been in the Board of Ed, which is very active.
There's no doubt there's ghosts in Woodbridge Township.
Definitely,
But
lots
they're
of
all
ghosts.
friendly ghosts. Do not be afraid.
Don't
Do
be
not
afraid.
worry about going out at night or accompanying us on these tours.
Definitely.
So you're going to have some lectures here. Who's going to speak today?
We have, actually right now we have Jennifer Davino. Lowell, who's a medium, very popular medium. She's doing a gallery reading.
So who else is talking?
We have definitely people in the field. Some of the paranormal celebrities will be doing lectures about ghost hunting, things, the do's and the don'ts, how the equipment works, their experiences on the TV shows. Lots going on.
And last year was your first time you had this event?
Yes.
And you had it up in Patterson?
Yes.
And I guess the feeling was the facilities or whatever, for whatever reason you wanted to get a new place, and this is a perfect building.
Woodbridge is the perfect town. This is the perfect building. Different atmosphere, lots of nice people. Working with you and the township has been wonderful.
And the Mayor's Advisory Committee, they're just
Definitely.
over the top. There's
Definitely.
what, a dozen people here helping direct traffic, collect money, just helping to keep things organized.
I couldn't ask for more. They've done a great job, and I appreciate every single one of them.
Terry Sharkey and the Mayor's Advisory Committee. And tonight we have the pleasure of 2 ghost tours,
Yes.
ghost hunting tours.
We'll
Tell us
be
where we're going.
leading a group of people with a celebrity ghost hunter in the Paraunity Center, again, which is very active. And there'll be another group with the celebrity ghost hunter Brian Cano in the Board of Ed building. Again, a very active building.
And I've talked about this, but Woodbridge, first of all, there's cemeteries all over the place downtown. Actually, the biggest one is right there on Trinity Church across from Barron Arts. There's
Yes.
actually 2 cemeteries there.
Yes.
And of course, the 1951 train crash where 70-some odd people perished in that crash. All that has to play into why downtown is so eerie.
There's a lot of factors. You mentioned the train crash. There's also, by the Methodist Church, there's an old Quaker cemetery where
right.
it's rumored that some of the bodies were still there and just the headstones were removed.
Oh, all right.
So there are a lot of ghost stories in Woodbridge, and there is a lot of activity in Woodbridge.
And you're going to find every one of the
We
ghosts.
definitely are, sooner or later.
Well, we're happy you chose Woodbridge already. 175 people through a little over an hour. Last year you said you had about 400.
Yes,
so
total.
Hope we're well on the way to crushing that record. And I want to thank you. I'm not allowed to take gifts from vendors, folks. But John is not a vendor. John's more of a presenter. He doesn't do business with the town.
Right.
So he gave me my very own K2 meter.
And a gauss
this
meter.
is the EMF meter.
Yes.
And this is my very own K2 meter.
Yes.
And these are machines used to track ghosts. So
Yes.
I've always wanted to get them. I've been meaning since I met John a year and a half ago. I've been meaning to get these on eBay and play with them and go out and be a ghost hunter. And now I can do it. And Bruce Tango, who I used to play against in night softball, he used to strike me out. He played for the Avenel Knights. I played for the Island Knights. He's a great pitcher, great hitter. He's gave me his movie, The Staring Man. So this is a very productive trip for me.
Oh yes, if you're a
And
paranormal fan, this
I
is
am.
the
No, I
place
am.
that you want to be today.
I have never seen Star Wars. I have never watched Star Trek. I don't like sci-fi at all. I love ghost movies.
Yeah.
I love Twin Peaks. It was a little one of those, not really a ghost movie, but it was sort of like the supernatural.
Paranormal related.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was a great show. It was always one of my favorite shows. And I just love ghosts. I totally believe in ghosts. I'm sorry, folks. If you don't want a mayor that believes in ghosts, don't vote for me. But I do believe in ghosts, and I don't like sci-fi.
But you're not alone. There are a lot of fans here that'll be coming throughout the day. New Jersey is looking for an event like this. They don't have one. And your town is going to be the main focus.
It's great. The building's good. There's a lot of parking around, and
Definitely.
we hope you have the kind of success you want, that you come back year after year.
Oh, definitely. I would love to. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, thanks very much.
I appreciate it. Hi, I'm at the New Jersey Paraunity Expo 2015 with Bruce Tango from Ghost Hunters Sci-Fi. Bruce, could you please tell us a little bit about your experience in the paranormal and what got you interested?
Well, actually, the thing that piqued my interest when I was a little boy, I just came out with a film that was premiered in February. It's called The Staring Man. It's a true account of encounters that I had when I was a little boy. I come across this entity 3 times when I was living in Elizabeth, and that more or less piqued my interest. And then as I got older, all I did was read, and they didn't have computers back then, so I spent a lot of time in the library reading about ghosts, Houdini and his debunking of the seances, anything that had to do with ghosts and hauntings I read about, and it carried over to my sons, and my son Dave on Ghost Hunters, one of the stars of the show, and then they called me up one day, and every once in a while I do an episode with them, so it's a lot of fun. They call me Papa Tango, and I have a great time. I'm like a kid, so kid in the candy store. At my age, to be doing investigations with the guys, it's just a lot of fun, and it's they treat me really, really good, and it's always a great time.
So this experience that you had as a child, I haven't seen the DVD yet, but I'm going to watch it later when you're doing your lecture. Was this something that appeared in your room?
Yes, it's something that appeared when I was about 5-6 years old, and it was in my room. I don't want to ruin the story for you, but I had 3 encounters, and everything's in there that you need to know. And I've been telling the story for well over 10 years because it's more accepted now than me talking about it years ago. There's only one person I ever told, and that was my grandfather. And he had the normal reaction. He used to call me Butch. He said, "You were probably dreaming." I said, "Gramps, I wasn't dreaming," but he was taken back by me telling him, and I never mentioned it again. But the story's interesting. It's true, and what's amazing, since I've been promoting it, and the people have seen it, that many people have had similar encounters, and it is actually a frightening incident. Even though the entity did not say or do anything to me, but when you watch the film, you'll see exactly what happens and the theories behind why it was there.
So was it your interest in the paranormal that got Dave, obviously?
Yes, both of my sons. I have my son John, my oldest. He's interested in it, but he's not into it like his brother and I are, Dave. And obviously Dave, one of the stars of the Ghost Hunters. So.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure having you here, Bruce. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm a big fan.
It's a great expo, and I wish you a lot of luck. And it's a good thing that you're doing, and I hope you make a lot of money for your charity.
And it's in Jersey, and you're a Jersey guy.
I'm a Jersey guy. Yeah, good to be here.
All right, thank you again, Bruce. Hi, I'm here with Joe Chin from Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, and his sister Christine from Paranormal After Party. Joe, I'm a fan of yours. I've watched you many times on Ghost Hunter.
Thank you,
Ghost
John.
Hunters. What first started your interest in the paranormal?
Well, I mean, we had activity growing up as I was a kid and growing up in Providence, but it wasn't until I met Jason and Grant that I found out that people did this for a living and to help people. And joining the group, I was kind of a skeptic, but now I definitely believe that there is something out there that we cannot explain, that I want to further the field and hopefully get some answers for everybody else and myself.
So prior to joining TAPS, did you do investigations on your own or with another group?
No, I did not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of fascinating to me. No, it really is. I mean, Christine, you are...
I'm a part of TAPS. I'm a part of Rise Up Paranormal. I also am with Generic Black Shirt Group, Paranormal After Party, and it's this guy that got me hooked.
Okay,
right here.
So Joe had the interest first?
Oh, absolutely, because when he would go review his evidence, and he was like, oh my God, you gotta listen to this. I listened to it, and I'm like, wow, I want to see if I can capture that. I went on one investigation, and that's it. That was it. You're hooked. You're hooked.
So did you watch TAPS?
Well, no, I didn't at first until Joe was like, okay, every Wednesday we have to watch this program. It comes on, it's called Ghost Hunters. And I'm like, all right, we'll watch it. And I would literally watch like between my fingers because I didn't know what to expect. And then one thing led to another, and here I am.
So, Joe, what would you say is your best paranormal experience?
I have to say we were overseas with Ghost Hunters International, and we were in a castle called Castle Dragsloam, where Mary Queen of Scots' husband died in a dungeon, and I got bit. There were teeth marks in my arm that freaked me out. They were like, production was like, awesome, let's get it on film, let's get some pictures, and we need you to go back down. I'm like, that thing bit me. Do I really want to go back down? But I had to, so to say, suck it up and do it. I had to go back down.
Christine, same question.
Oh my God, the scariest thing that ever happened was actually my first investigation that I went to Belcourt Castle, and we walked into a room where Benny was the caretaker there, and I said, Benny, if you're here, can you just let me know? And next thing you know, I felt a finger put my hair behind my neck, behind my ear. So I was like, okay, first experience out, and I'm getting touched. I love it. I love it.
So, Joe, were you ever, after that incident, were you ever hesitant about going back into any particular place because you had heard things were going on there, sort of malevolent type of ghost?
One other time, I believe we were in Belgium, and we were up at a fort, and my permanent partner on the show, Scott Tepperman, we were on the way to the fort, we were laughing and joking, but it wasn't until we got to the area where the bomb exploded and bodies couldn't get recovered that I was overwhelmed with the sorrow, and I started breaking down. I started bawling, and I couldn't control it, and that made me nervous. I wasn't sure what was happening, and it took me 45 minutes to compose myself.
Okay. So what do you think of this event? I mean,
God, this is an incredible event. I'm so glad you held this. This is a great turnout. If anybody's watching, if you can get down here and come visit us.
So thank you to Joe. I'm a big fan. Great meeting you, Christine. Great meeting you. Thank you. I'm here at the 2015 New Jersey Paraunity Expo with the Generic Black Shirt Group, stars of Paranormal After Party. Flip, we'll start with you. Talk a little bit about your first paranormal experience.
I don't remember. I was so young. But once I started investigating, I know the Shanley Hotel, I had an awesome experience there, just going on like a public hunt, and it really cemented my desire to do this sort of thing.
Ava, what about you? What was the scariest thing that happened to you during an investigation?
The scariest place, I think, was the Rowland Cafe in Rowland, PA. Yeah, it was. So I saw something in the corner of the room rocking back and forth that looked like something out of The Grudge. So that was really scary.
Okay. Mike, how long have you been with the group, and how is it working with everybody in the group? Do you all get along?
We do. I've been with the group since the inception of it, and we all seem to get along. We keep everyone in check.
Okay, same question for you. What was the scariest thing that happened to you during an investigation?
Probably before I even started investigating, it would be an apparition actually laying over top of me when I was in a recliner one night. So.
Would you say that you were a believer all along, or would you say you were a skeptic and then became a believer in the paranormal?
I'm still a skeptic. I'm waiting for that moment when I see or hear something that puts me right over the edge. But as time goes on, I'm seeing a lot I can't explain.
You guys have been to a lot of different locations. What's the dream location for you to investigate?
Dream location. Oh my God. I haven't been to Eastern State Penitentiary. I know. You can't ask him. Eastern State for me, I guess. I haven't. Yeah, I would love to.
Flip, what about you? On the bucket list?
Alcatraz.
Ava?
Dracula's Castle.
Mike, what about you?
Alcatraz, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all for coming to the expo. I really appreciate it. It's great having you here. Last year we were here. You guys are all great, and I appreciate everything.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, this is Chuck Lehman. I'm from Chuck's Paranormal Adventures. I'm a solo investigator, so hence I'm the solo person. I don't have a group with me. Some of the items that I have here on my table that you don't see mostly on the other tables, these are referred to as trigger objects. I like to go to Monmouth Battlefield, which is the home to the Revolutionary War. So I use a lot of objects that were familiar to Revolutionary War soldiers, spoons, flint, musket ball, items that would have been of interest or used by soldiers back at the time to gather EVPs and interaction with them. Some of the equipment I have on the table range from a $10 kid toy, spy gear, it's a laser tripwire, to a $250 thermal imager camera, EVP equipment, Ovalist, it's a sort of like a specialized ghost hunting gear, special cameras with microphones, infrared cameras so I can videotape in the dark. Some of the places that I've investigated over the years, Old Tennant Church in Manalapan, a New Jersey favorite, goes back to Revolutionary War times. Rose Hill Cemetery in Matawan, where the victims of the famous 1916 Matawan shark attack in Matawan Creek were located. Marlborough State Hospital Cemetery, which is where the intern from the hospital were buried across the hallway. The Old Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada is the most haunted place I've ever investigated, probably one of the most top 10 haunted locations in the United States. I've also stayed at the Shanley Hotel, the Logan Inn in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Hotels going back to 1700s, 1800s that are filled with spirits. And of course Gettysburg, Saxbridge, Leitner Farmhouse, a bed and breakfast. All places which have a rich history with paranormal and dating back to the Civil War. The craziest thing that's ever happened to me was at a small cemetery in Jamesburg. I had drove my car up next to a mausoleum. I had the cars unlocked. It was nighttime. I walked off, taking some photographs, and I could hear footsteps coming down the pavement towards me. So I shine my flashlight down the pavement. I don't see anybody. So I start to follow the footsteps, and the boots are like heavy boots, and they're leading deeper into the cemetery. So I said, I'm not following you back into the cemetery. You can come and follow me. So I go back to my car. As I'm walking past the car, my car alarm goes off, and I get so scared. This is the third time I've ever been investigating. I grab all my gear because I'm freaked out. I throw it into the car, and I drive home. My wife meets me, and she said at the front door, she says, "Why are you home so early?" And I said, "Because my car alarm went off. I had my keys in a pocket, loose fitting. Maybe it was the panic alarm on the car, so on the keys." So I go back and I'm listening to I had my audio recorder at the time. I'm listening to the playback of when I got scared. And right after the car alarm goes off, you can hear me going, "Oh my God." And then a voice comes through and says, "Oh yeah." Like it was a practical joke on me. So they got me good. I went back the next day. I gave them kudos for a good joke because I wanted to show them. They didn't scare me, but they really did scare me. That was probably the freakiest thing that's ever happened to me in my investigations.
Hi, I'm here with Katie from Ghost Detectives at the 2015 New Jersey Paraunity Expo in Woodbridge, New Jersey. How you doing, Katie? How do you like it so far?
It's awesome. Amazing turnout. It's been steady flow all day long, great people, and what's better than paranormal unity?
So, Katie, I know that you're in the group Ghost Detectives with your father, Bob Christopher. How was that working with your father? Be honest.
We lock horns every once in a while, but what father and daughter don't?
So, did you get your interest in the paranormal from?
I did get it from my father. He grew up in a very, very active home, and my grandmother lived in that home until a few years ago. So I grew up visiting that home and hearing the stories, and back then they had nowhere to turn to. And that's kind of what got us involved, to give people in that situation somewhere to turn to. And then it all just kind of spiraled, and here I am.
So how long have you been doing this with the group?
10 years.
Wow, that long.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your first paranormal experience?
I had asked if something was in the room to tap my right shoulder, and I felt something tap my right shoulder. First investigation.
What was the scariest thing that you would say ever happened to you on an investigation?
At a bed and breakfast in Gettysburg, I had something scream at me that I could not see. It screamed 4 sentences in another language.
It's always Gettysburg. Gettysburg is the Mecca, so everybody...
I wouldn't call it a scary experience. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was kind of starting to nod off, and it just totally startled me to the point where it froze me, because that's the last thing you expect at 3 o'clock in the morning when everyone's sleeping, and it was loud.
So if you had a place to investigate that you haven't gotten into yet, what would be the dream spot?
The Stanley Hotel.
Never been there?
I've never been there, and I would love to get there. Either that or some of the old castles in Ireland, Scotland.
Okay, so Ghost Detective is on TV. How is that working with, again, your father being on TV? Did a lot of people notice you in your town or in the state?
Yeah, I tend to get it. My friend that I hang out with says we can't go anywhere without someone knowing you. I've been in Target before and had a woman chasing me down with her cart screaming my name. And I'm like, I have no idea who that is. But it's cool. It is. It's nice to know that the public's responding to what we're doing in a really positive way, and that was really what we wanted to do when we started the show. Really put a product out there that shows what real paranormal investigation is. No over-exaggerations, no blowing things out of proportion, just history, investigation, and authenticated evidence.
So that's what you feel your show is more, less production, more just real ghost hunting and what it's like to really do what you do.
Absolutely. I can tell you we are filming our 6th season and we've never done a second take. What we shoot is what we get. So
okay, great. Well, thank you for coming. It was great meeting you, and good luck with the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm here with Dave Giuliano at the 2015 New Jersey Paraunity Expo in Woodbridge. Dave Giuliano is not only the owner of the Ghost Hunter store, but he's also the director of South Jersey
Ghost Research.
South Jersey Ghost Research and Sanctuary Paranormal. Dave has been doing this longer than a lot of these people combined. He's got a lot of experience. Dave, talk about how you got into the paranormal and your first paranormal experience.
I was 3 years old. I had a spirit that appeared in my bedroom. I went and woke my dad up and said, hey, there's a kid that shouldn't be here. He told me to shut up and go back to sleep. So that started the quest of trying to find out what's going on. That happened throughout my teens even, and that's how I started trying to read more and find out more about it. And I never wanted another kid to go through what I went through, the fear of all those years. So that's kind of what we go about. It's our whole mission, is to make sure there's no kid afraid to sleep in their bed or parents upset about their children seeing something that shouldn't be there and stuff. So that was the whole motivation.
So you deal with all kinds of hauntings, especially the negative hauntings that a lot of other groups won't touch. You have a lot of experience handling those sort of cases.
Unfortunately, yes. But we help any situation, whether it's someone just curious, making sure they're not crazy, all the way to the extreme, to exorcisms, all that stuff.
And you actually teach a lot of courses, a lot of classes to novice ghost hunters, even the more experienced ones. You teach a lot of classes.
Everything from the basic, how to use the equipment, to people who have never done it before, all the way through people who have been doing this for years, just giving them another point of view on it. And maybe I learn from them too, because there's no experts in the field.
Okay, talk about the Ghost Hunter store. How long have you had the store, and where is it located?
We're located in Burlington, New Jersey. This will be the 16th anniversary in October. So this is we've moved from Mount Holly, so this is our second year in Burlington. We're equipment-wise, we're kind of like split now to selling ghost equipment, but we also delve now into the metaphysical and the religious aspect. So we have that all. It's all encompassing now.
Okay, so what would you say, and I know you've had a million of these, was the most frightening thing that happened to you during an investigation? I know you've got years of stories, but what would you pin down one story where it was just, even for you, a little bit taking you back?
First thing that pops in my head is watching a guy being lifted up by his throat, up off the couch, and you could see the finger marks in his throat, and he was actually lifted a good 3 feet off the couch. That was a moment that I think anybody, no matter how long you've been doing it, your jaw kind of drops and goes like, I can't believe I'm looking at that and seeing that. So that was obviously more the extreme.
Right. So Dave is, again, one of the oldest the most experienced ghost hunters that we have in New Jersey. His group has been around for a really long time, and he is sort of the group that, and the person that a lot of new groups look towards. So we're honored to have you here, Dave. Thank you for coming back again and helping out. Okay, I'm here at the 2015 New Jersey Paraunity Expo with New Jersey Ghost Investigations. First of all, Marinette, could you please tell me how long your group has been together for?
Since 2006.
Okay, you are one of the co-founders?
No, Ron is.
I'm the founder and director.
Ron, how long have you been investigating the paranormal?
Since, my whole life I've been in paranormal. I started when I was 5 years old. I started doing research for groups before the internet, when you literally had to go.
Was there ever a time?
Yeah, back in the olden days. I don't want to show how old I am, but yeah, I did multiple research for multiple groups at a time. Finally, the internet came and made things a lot easier. Then I started going out and doing investigations with groups. And then I got to a point, well, why am I doing all this work for all these people? Then we started New Jersey Ghost officially on the internet. We've been going for a few years before that. And then we started doing investigations. The whole thing with our group, we have a different premise. A lot of groups go out to gather evidence, which is really great, and they post it. They're doing the research. But we believe in resolving the issue. It's like going to the dentist. You know you have a toothache, you paid $75. You don't just walk out, you want them to fix the toothache. And that's what we're all about. We resolve the hauntings.
So a lot of the new groups out there, the novices, they just want to go out and experience a ghost, and they don't really want to help people and deal with their paranormal issues.
Yeah, well, we clear it all up as fast as we can. A lot of it is counseling. A lot of times we'll realize that it's not really paranormal. It's just life issues that are all messed up. And then we have the counseling department over here, which is Marinette. We have the medium department over here, which is Jennifer. We have Nick and Vita, also investigators and senators as well. So basically everybody in our group is tuned in, and the ultimate client is the spirit. We resolve that issue, and then the haunting stops.
Vito, talk about your first paranormal experience.
My first paranormal experience was in the 70s. I was driving a car, and I fell asleep at the wheel. And just before I hit a stanchion on a bridge, I got punched in the arm. And I said, thank you. I turned over, but it was a sports car, and I was the only one in it. So I pulled over to the side. I rolled up my sleeve, and I had a big welt on my arm. And
somebody punched you?
Somebody punched me at the last minute as my bumper scraped the stanchion. And that's how I got interested in investigating the paranormal. Something had to be with me in the car that did not want me to crash that night.
So, Nick, how long have you been with NJGI?
It'll be my second year. And I've been experiencing the paranormal for approximately 51 years.
What was your first paranormal experience?
I was around 8 years old. I remember my father bought a house that was built in 1901 on Staten Island, New York. And he's a carpenter, he's a fireman carpenter. And he started renovating the house. And once he started renovating the house, then that's when I saw my first ghost that was looking into my bedroom. And that's when it all started, I guess.
Last but not least, Jennifer Davino-Lull, a very popular medium. Jennifer, talk about when you first started to experience the abilities that you had. Was it as a young child?
Yep, when I was 9 years old, my papa passed away, and then he would come and visit me and sit at the foot of my bed and tell me all the dirt about my family. Then I would go and tell the whole family about everything. Then I started reading auras when I was 11, and other people's family members and angels and guides started coming and giving me messages for them. And when I was 16, I did my first reading, and I've been doing it professionally since I was 20. So I've been in tune with spirits since I was 9. But I've been working with New Jersey Ghost Investigations for a while now. So me and Ron go way back. He's the first person I ever worked in this, in the New Jersey, any type of ghost investigations. So yeah, me and him, we always bounce everything off one another, and we're basically been ghost family since way back.
Okay, so what is your role within the group?
Well, what I do is I go in and I see what is there. If I pick up on any energy, I'm able to connect to the energy, and then I go in and I either bless or I clean out the house or clean out the property. And I also help people be more relaxed and calm with what is going on around them. So a little bit of counseling as well, spirit counseling, if you will.
So has there ever been a case for you where you actually got involved with more than you could handle?
Oh yeah, there's been a couple of those times, and then I've called the people that I know that can handle it. I know what my limits are. I will tell you, not so long ago, we did come into a place that was really freaky, to be perfectly honest with you, and I had no one else but me and Vito and Marinette, and we got what we needed out. So let me tell you, it was something I'll never forget.
Okay, New Jersey Ghost Investigations, one of the great New Jersey groups that are here at the Expo. We're glad to have them here. Thanks for coming, everyone. Okay, that's a wrap from the 2015 New Jersey Paraunity Expo in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We'll be back again next year. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you then.